how to stop procrastinating on your deep work or your hard work tasks. Well, first of all, what is the deep work? What is hard work and why it is needed for you? And the second part of this video, please pay attention to the action items when they appear, so you can take real action while you're watching this video right away, and not just consume and watch and keep on procrastinating. So what is deep work? The deep work is needed simply to satisfy your professional or your personal goals. It is the classical 80-20 principle, where 80% of your most important outcomes or results comes from your 20% of the efforts. And what is the hard work? It is the work that you actually need to do. The key activities that satisfies your professional goals, but you simply feel like not doing them. You're hesitant, you don't want to do them, you procrastinate, you push them to the future, and you just skip on working them. And what are the key activities? There are simply the 2 or 3 the most important activities that help you to satisfy your professional goals in your deep work. They are directly tied to the deep work that you're doing. So it means that you have your deep work and you have your 2 to 3 key activities that satisfies your deep work block for the day and brings you closer to your professional goal. But then on the opposite, what is shallow work? It is simply not doing the deep work. It's those little unimportant tasks like non-cognitively demanding logistical style of tasks. What you perform while also being distracted. These are the bullshit tasks of your everyday life, like responding to emails, messages, attending conferences, meetings, the social media messages, scrolling, looking at the notifications, and so on. It is those activities, those little tasks that just keep the workflow going, but they don't actually help you in a significant way to achieve your professional goal. They are the opposite of the deep work. So why you should do deep work and what happens if you don't? It is simply you don't achieve your professional goals, or you like to design some kind of a product, or from your personal life, like achieving some kind of a fitness standard, like you want to build up more muscle, add 1 to 2 kilograms of more muscle. You may want to thin up a little bit, or in life in general, like some major goals that you want to achieve. Those are the deep work tasks that are tied to the personal goal in your life. So it is kind of like the same when I created my first online ebook called the Iron Manual. There were many hard work and deep work blocks on it. For example, I had to research all the materials that I'm planning to use on it, writing up the content in a good to read way, designing the ebook in a Canva, sending out the payment, legal questions on the online marketing, especially from the Stripe, and it's in Stripe setup web page, to integrate it to my sale page and to sell my online product through Stripe payments. It was like a huge mess to get this all working, but it was the work that I hated doing, but I still had to do. Then it was the sales page design and the content of the sales page. Then there were also the actual product delivery of how to actually deliver the product through the internet to your computer. and the automation of the product delivery, and the also through email delivery. All of those things had to be automated to be set up in a right way so that they don't make any kind of errors that that you don't miss your product, you get it on time, and the customer is satisfied. It was a huge mess of work, of hard work, of that needed to be done. Second is that you don't need to evolve and you don't grow. Well, the thing is, pain and comfort makes you grow. The simplest example is just building strength and muscle. It's like when you go to the gym, you train your exercise, you beat your muscles up, you give them pain, and at the night they will grow. And that's how we grow bigger and stronger. It is also where the true leverage lies. The actual and results-giving work is often found in hard and deep work, not in those fun little tasks like setting a logo for my page or my product or those icons on the product that you can choose, and the color palettes and the other things that are just fun for me to do, but they don't bring me any kind of real meaningful outcome of the work. I still need to do the hard part of writing the content, of researching and setting up the sale pages and so on. So why you procrastinate and hesitate doing hard work? You can use the metaphor of a leader and the elephant. The leader is on the top of the elephant and guiding this his big elephant that he has. Where the leader is actually the neocortex part of your brain, and the elephant is the big limbic and emotional part of your brain. The thing is about that is that the limbic part has more connections sprouted towards your neocortex than the otherwise, which meaning that the neocortex's connections to the limbic parts are often, they are weaker, they are lesser, and they are not so strong, which is why you have problems when you're trying to argue yourself into doing the work that you need to be doing, but you simply don't want to do. Your emotions just are too strong, and they are actually guiding our lives more than we think, because the connections to the neocortex because their connections to the neocortex are simply stronger. Their connections to our rationality are stronger, which is why often our emotions take over and we simply won't do the work, even if we have to choose from some kind of two options that are both difficult and requires hard work. We often end up not choosing them and just hesitate, procrastinate, skip them on, and push them to the future in the hopes of maybe in the future I will do them. But often enough, we won't. So to continue with that is that of why you procrastinate is that you're simply tired from those little meaningless tasks in your everyday life. You remember those shallow tasks, and you're unrested. And your cognitive resources, your energy are just too exhausted. So it means that you, the leader on the elephant, you don't have enough willpower, energy, and power to guide and to direct the elephant where you want to go. And that is why the emotions just take over, and the elephant starts doing the things on his own, like often going back to the bad habits and doing the things or not doing the things that he doesn't want to do. It is like I remember when I tried so hard to be productive and do the hard work of my video content creation. And what I did was simply to erase all the distractions that I had as much as I could, but I still had the tendency to check social media like for the first 30 minutes in the morning and do those little meaningless shallow tasks of like bullshitting around and not doing the hard work actually, and just starting to do my deep work at noon while I was awake for at least when I were waking up at least like from 8 a.m. or to 9 a.m. And I just worked like 5 to 6 hours, forced myself to work, and I just end up terribly exhausted and tired afterwards, and often not having the energy and willpower to do the next big deeper task for tomorrow. And after that, I ended up waking up at 5:30 and starting to do my deep workstation blocks. The first thing in the morning when I woke up. It's 6:20 in the morning, and you can't see anything outside. It's pure pitch black. And I just finished making this video for you, which has been a great improvement. I'm gonna tell you later how to do that. And the second is when you're facing the task before you start to procrastinate, you simply become emotionally reluctant and unwilling, because the task that you're starting to do is just simply for your emotional part, for your elephant. The task is just too scary, too big, it is boring, it's disgusting, you may hate it, and you simply push it to the side. When I finished my last video, the big video with which is over 50 minutes long, I had huge reluctancy and hesitancy to make a new video. Why? Well, first of all, there was a huge gap, a huge pause on the habit of producing videos. I also set the bar up too high by only making like maybe 10 to 15 videos of those talking head styles, which were like easy to make, but I simply grew too ambitious and started to dream about those big production, like movie-like productions, and with the almost like doing an actual mini movie, and with all of the campaigns of like promoting it in the social media, making like posters, making like mini trailers, like the announcements, and the trying to make those a little viral reels about to get the interest and popularity up to watch this my new video movie like production on YouTube on the day that it premieres. So I set the bar up so high that I felt so bad afterwards when I finished making this, because it was terribly exhausting, terribly huge amount of time consumed, lots of resources. I made this I spent like a couple of months of making this video, and the thought of making another kind of video with the same kind of effort, with the same time frame, with the same amount of time to be spent, it just seemed too terrible, too big, too challenging for me. It was I just felt that it's not sustainable. It is so undesirable, and I just skipped on making new videos. I postponed it. I procrastinated all the time when I was writing my next script of the video, and it just felt like this is not working. But the thing is that when you start a new habit and you break it, you let the pause in for some reason that is either because of you or not because of you, whatever. Sometimes we break our habits. And the mistake is that you can't return to the same level of effort that you used to do your habit before, the same effort of the routines on the habit that you used to do, which in my case, in this video content creation, is making those ultra high production value, high efforts, and high energy and time spending on making this one video. You can't return to that because it's simply too difficult. It is too energy demanding that you simply feel like you don't want to do. My elephant just felt, my emotion part of me felt like, I don't want to do this. It is too much work. I don't want to work another 4 to 5 fucking months to bring out this one video. I just don't feel like it. Which have little to none of the returns also. I set the bar up so high and I couldn't maintain it sustainably after. So that's the thing with me. And the third, you skip pauses and rests throughout the day. The reason why I procrastinate. And you're not refilling your cognitive resources. And that's also the story, again, of how I used to work 4 to 6 hours in a row with no breaks. And I just felt like shit afterwards. I was so exhausted, and my bad habits spending too much time on social media and watching bullshit videos on videos and entertaining myself with the other things and just not being productive. Well, it's simply because I exhausted my willpower, I exhausted the rational part of me, and I just didn't have the energy to guide my emotion parts, my elephant later on. Excuse me. And it is, and when you don't direct your elephant, your emotional part takes over and starts doing the bullshit things that he has been conditioned and trained and deceived to do, to get those, to engage with those little bad habits again, and to get that fast release of dopamine or some good feeling. The fourth is you're not training your discipline muscle through the progressive overload, and it stays weak and little, and therefore your capacity to do disciplined work also stays very low and very small amount of it. It is also the same thing again, working out, and where I place so much effort on training my arms, training my shoulders, but I didn't train my inner shoulder muscles. And I ended up tearing them, and they ended up getting inflamed. Not the muscle, but between the bone and the tendon, I ended up getting shoulder bursitis, and they were inflamed, and they were just so hurting all the time. And I ended up being my right arm ended up being crippled for 2 months, which was like hell for me, because I didn't get to lift any kind of thing with my right arm because it was just hurting too much. It was because I didn't train my inner shoulder muscles, the one that connects the stabilizer muscles that connects the shoulder to the chest and to the back. Those muscles stayed just stayed weak, and they didn't get any kind of proper training and development, which is the same thing, and which didn't allow me to progress forward, and I ended up hurting myself. So how do you get doing the hard work and actually grow to love it? First, recognize the initial obstacle that you're having, the task that you feel reluctant to work on and doing it. And you had the and for what you had the desire to postpone it and to skip it towards and just skip it and tell yourself that and promise yourself that I'm not going to do this in the future. Recognize that task, that key activity that you need to, that you know that you need to be doing, but you just don't want to. The second is set the bar extremely low and add like 1 to 10% on effort on doing the task, which means you take the task that you want to, that you feel reluctant on doing, and not doing this on 100% effort, not going outside when you want to train for the marathon and not running for like 1K or 5Ks at the first go. You go outside and you only run for like 100 meters. You may only even like put on your running clothes, go out, run 50 meters, and then go back home. Like you just take the task and only do 1 to 10% effort on it. You just lower the bar of completion of this task extremely low. That you feel like this task is so easy for me to do now. I can easily like go out. I can easily like put on my running clothes and go outside and run for like 100 meters. It is no effort for me to do at all. It is so easy, and there is no real effort on doing this. So you take this task, right? You set the bar extremely low, and you're going to repeat this task for like 20 to 30 times, which means you're going to run outside that the 100, which means when you're training for the marathon, you go outside and you run that 100 meters for 20 times. And it is the same with all the other tasks in your professional goal, where you have to do the deep work, and you have like 2 to 3 key activities on that goal in order to satisfy it. You take those key activities and you reduce them to the reduce the bar to the lowest possible, and you repeat those tasks for like 20 to 30 times. The fourth is now it's more rather a effect that's happening is the now that habit is slowly becoming automated, and it is now scalable, which means you can raise the bar just a little bit to make it to take the new next step towards on increasing the effort, increasing the bar just a little bit, so that you still find it easy to do, but not challenging enough that you won't want to do it. And that's how you like get to like almost enjoy yourself to do the hard work, because you're doing this one activity over like 20 30 times. You increase the effort, the challenge, a little bit of it, and you're going to, and then one day you're going to end up like running the actual 1 kilometer a day, or like a 5K a day or something like that, which is the fifth one. You're getting over the reluctancy, you're getting over the procrastination and postponing your key activities, your key deep work tasks, which is actually the same result of me making this video right now. Because I set the bar up so high with my last video, I took in a huge break from my video making habit, and then I just set the bar to ultra low again, which is just making this talking hairstyle videos of making good educational content for you. This is my like this starting from the bottom again, of making those videos like at least 20 to 30 times before I increase my effort. And that's the lesson I learned from making this huge production value video, and now starting back up from the bottom. And also the additional ones is to reduce your distractions. I know you have heard like all the time of quitting, of limiting your social media, and you need to reduce them because they just clutter your mind, they just cloud your mind and mess up with your productivity. But I also heard it so many times, and I just ended up not giving a shit. And what kind of effect did it have on my productivity? It was shit. It was messy, it was undisciplined, it was not sustainable. I bounced between deep work and being ultra lazy all the time because I was just doom scrolling on social media all the time, watching bullshit videos on YouTube to entertain myself and doing just nonsense all the time. But one day I just simply decided to, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna try this out and see how it goes. And now I make this. I woke up at today in 4:50 or 4:20 something a.m. in the morning. I'm making this video in the morning right now in the dark, and it's all. It's not all because, but the elimination of the distractions in my life and doing the deep work actually helped me to arrive in this state where I wake up in the dark and start with my first deep work task in the morning and not distracting myself with social media. So I highly recommend you to try this out and limit your social media and see what kind of effects that it has on your deep work efficiency. Then also it is to reduce the foods that clouds your mind and just tires you. I am like on this carnivorous lifestyle where I only eat like meats and fats and the other animal-based products. So, which means that I am in ketosis. The intake of food and fats are converted to ketone bodies, which is a more abundant energy source for the brain and the body than carbohydrates. Which means that I can wake up in the morning, do deep work tasks without getting hungry, without getting angry from being malnourished, because I'm in ketosis. I just I get my energy from fat all the time, and fat is more fulfilling in a way of like you eat fat and you feel fuller more longer amount of time, and that's the thing. But you don't have to do that. You just need to make sure that you are properly eating before you start doing any kind of deep work task. Just take on a light meal of a good healthy meal, and so that you have energy for your body and your brain. Then there is also of going to bed early and to wake up early and do your deep work task, the deep work block, first thing in the morning. And that is again of me making this video right in the morning of starting at 5 a.m. and just writing the script and just shooting the video first thing in the morning. This is my key activity of my deep work block, which is the video content creation. And the final part is just a little bonus, is how to also lose the undesired bad habits, which is simply to inverse it, which means that you gradually reduce on effort on the habits you're doing, which means for a person who is like maybe smoking, it means that for the next 20, 30 days, he is cutting off at least maybe like 5 cigarettes, and then just increase that, and then to reduce that effort on the next month, and then the third month, where you find yourself that you are reducing the amount of cigarettes that you're smoking to like only 5 cigarettes a day, which ends up being like only one and then none of the cigarettes a day. And just remember also to replace the routines of smoking and you can get a reward from it with a better routine from the other kind of habitual routine that you can do. You can check out my other videos about that where I explain in detail how you can replace a bad habit by replacing the routine with a better routine that is more rewarding for you, that provides the same kind of reward that you're seeking, the feeling of relaxation, the feelings of relaxation, or just the feeling some kind of positive feeling. You can replace that routine with something else. And this is the end of the video. Please make sure you take your action steps when they were given. Fill out your worksheets or do the exercises that I have given. Why? You exercise your discipline and your discipline muscle by taking these steps to improve yourself and to get your momentum wheel of improvement going. When I make these videos, I don't want them to be those videos where you just watch them. You may get some kind of good ideas or some kind of things that you want to do in the future, but when you end up watching the video and in the end of the day you're not doing anything because it's just you have forgotten the things that you have simply forgotten the ideas and the things that I have talked, and you never end up making them, which is why those little small effort exercises that I have given throughout this video, just try to do them for like, it doesn't take you much time, like only a couple of minutes, but they just help you to exercise of taking action right away and to do the work needed that to get you to change and to improve yourself. I don't want those videos to be just to watch and to forget. I want those videos to give you a small amount of change, small amount of results, and small amount of wins every time you watch the next video. I make these videos for my younger self and for the other guys as well who might resonate and feel they have the similar pains that I had when I had in my youth. And just to like emphasize again, to my only purpose with those videos has and always will be to help my younger self and the other younger guys to get healthier, to get stronger, and therefore richer faster than I did. Which is why it is important that you take the necessary steps and to complete the tasks that I have given to you. So that's it. Stay sharp, stay aware, and I see you in the next one.